My NCAA running career is coming to an end. And before I say anything else, I just want to express how grateful I am for the gift of chasing this dream for the last 5 years. 4 years at Dartmouth and 1 year here in the beautiful Greenfield, South Carolina at Furman University. It has been an absolute gift, and I will always be grateful for the gifts and the privileges that I've been given and I've gotten to experience. I'm grateful for every person, even the ones who have made it difficult for me at times to become a great athlete, for all that I've been given, that I've been taught, and for the man that I've become through all of it. I've got the NCAA East Regional meet in a couple weeks, and if I do well there, I will solidify myself as one of the best runners in the country and compete at the NCAA Division I National Championship. Which, ultimately was the goal of coming here, and I'm grateful to say that I'm in a position where I have a very legitimate chance of doing exactly what I set out to do, which I think is a really rare thing for a lot of Division I athletes. I don't know the stats, but I would argue that most Division I athletes end their college career saying that they fell short of the goals they set for themselves, and I'm grateful to say that I'm in a position now where I'm close to achieving one of them. But the reality is that, most college athletes at the end of their time have to confront this reality of, wow, I fell short of a lot of goals. I still love this sport. I still want to keep doing it. But also, the real world is coming. What am I going to do after? And unless you have a professional contract waiting for you, that's a decision that most people have to make. Unfortunately, I'm not in a position where, I've got a contract waiting for me. So, I have to ask myself, what does running look like once I'm done with this season? Do I even want to continue running? Do I want to pursue other things, pursue other passions that I have, or do I want to continue running at all? And that answer for me is somewhat complicated, or it used to be. I remember having this conversation with people maybe 5-6 months ago, and I said, if I give it my best during my 5th year here, and I, run well, break 4 in the mile, whatever else it might be, make a decent shot at making nationals, then I'll be able to hang up the spikes and say, I'm good. I don't need to do this anymore. What an idiot. Because that person was also somebody who would look down on people. I used to look down on people who, finished their college career, weren't good enough to go pro and decided, oh yeah, I'm going to continue doing this. I'm going to continue chasing the dream. And I used to think, what an idiot. Just hang up, man. Just admit that you weren't good enough. I used to think that continuing to chase your running dreams was an admission that, you had nothing else. There was nothing else about you, nothing else interesting about you that you thought was worth retiring for. But now I look back and I'm really disappointed in that version of myself. That version of myself that would look down on somebody for having a dream and continuing to chase it. And so for me, the reality is that I've fallen short of a lot of my goals. I haven't broken 4 in the mile yet. I've yet to be an All-American, which is one of my goals. And for me to just say, no, I'm done, would be crazy to me. I've always been somebody who, not just in this video, but just throughout my entire life on my other social media platforms or whatever, have consistently posted about chasing your dreams, not giving up, not just submitting to a life of, monotony, putting numbers to a spreadsheet and saying, yeah, I give up. It takes a lot of courage to declare to the world that you have dreams. And it takes even more courage to acknowledge the fact that you failed at them, just like I'm doing now. And look, my season's not over. I haven't failed at my ultimate goal of making NCAAs yet. But I failed at just about every other metric I've ever had for myself. When I was at Dartmouth, I wanted to break 4. I wanted to break a school record. I wanted to represent Dartmouth at the national meet. I wanted to be an All-American. I wanted to be an Ivy League champion. And I came just short. I barely missed every single one of those metrics. I ran the second fastest 1500 ever in school history. I was second in a HEPS DMR, losing at the line to a 336 guy. I was 16th at regionals last year when only 12 make it. I never broke 4 in the mile. I still haven't. But that pursuit and chasing those dreams and having something to look forward to every single day, that was a beautiful, beautiful feeling. And is one that I still have and I never want to lose and I never want to let go of. I don't want to give my life to apathy, to looking down on people like I used to, looking down on people who still have dreams in this sport. That's me now. And that's something that is really beautiful and important to me. And so what running is going to look like once the NCAA meet happens and I represented Furman there, I don't know. I don't know if it means that I train really hard for a mile or that I pursue a fall marathon, or I have no idea yet. But I also know what type of person I am. I know that I'm somebody who wakes up every single day, heart beating, the thought of my mind of, wow, the opportunities that I get to chase are beautiful and they are really important and they are worth pursuing, no matter what. But sadly, I think too many people my age, at the ripe age of 23, and give up on that feeling way too easily. But I will never become one of them. I can't. I've been given too much to let that happen. I was having a conversation with a friend of mine maybe 3 months ago, and we were talking about the future and our ambitions. He's a little bit younger than me. And I said to him, you know, I can't imagine being 50 years old and waking up and being unhappy with myself. And he said, well, what if you are? And so in that moment, I was forced to imagine a 50-year-old version of myself and imagine what that version of me would be like if I became somebody who gave up on themselves and gave up on their dreams. And the reality is that I couldn't. It was hard. And he asked me, well, what happens if that becomes you? And I said, well, the only way that that doesn't happen is if I choose to wake up every day in the present, being happy, grateful, and excited, and chasing my dreams. Because if I dedicate every single day to that, then 30 years from now, who knows where I'll be? There are too many people in my position who give up right now because of what they're expected to do, what they've been told is the righteous way of going, what society tells you what you need to do, what cities you need to move to, all this garbage stuff that is so remarkably arbitrary. Yet, we all think we're geniuses, yet we all end up doing the exact same thing. All that I'm trying to do with this video, and all that I hope to become, is somebody that shows you that feeling that you have inside of you is worth chasing. So wherever that is, where that feeling is inside of you, chase it. Chase the feeling. I'll see you soon.